guys. Listen, guys, I came across this TikTok today. Very important news. And somehow I ended up having a somewhat intelligent conversation with my wife about it, which is why we're going to talk about it. I know that sounds so weird because this is such a nothing topic. But my wife and I had like an interesting chat, so I wanted to talk to you guys about it. So I came across the talking fish head from SpongeBob and it had this to say.
News! TikTok star Bella Breaking news! TikTok star Bella Poarch has just been exposed after divorcing her secret husband of nearly 4 years. She reportedly got married back in January of 2019 and has been keeping it a secret ever since. Did you know Bella Poarch had a secret husband?
I don't know. I thought it was so funny, so I brought it up to my wife, and we had like an interesting conversation. Because here's what I said: I was like, "Yeah, like I'm sure that she was married to this guy before she blew up, which I'm pretty sure in 2019 she wasn't blown up yet. I think she blew up in 2020. I could be wrong." And she got married to some dude, and then she got famous, and then she's like, "Fuck this guy, I want to move on to something better." And I was like, in a negative way towards her. And my wife's like, "Maybe." And this is what she said. And it was actually interesting, right? So what my wife says, that's possible. What my wife said, wow, articulation is incredible tonight. What my wife said today was, that's possible. But what I think it is, or at least part of it is that there's something about dating somebody who's like in a content creator, celebrity-esque status that can be very difficult. And this was something that was more difficult for her when I was still popular on TikTok. Because there are different things you need to do work-wise that consume your time in a way that it consumes your leisurely time, and it adds additional stress in weird ways. One of those, and a lot of it comes down to this. Fundamentally, right? This is a thing. This thing will happen, right? Here's my wife's perspective, so we'll say mama gut, and here's my perspective on the situation, right? We have two different reactions to a particular situation. Then outside of this, there are times where my wife won't agree with something in a way that I react, or I won't agree with the way that my wife reacts to me. It's very bizarre. I know that sounds like such a silly thing to say, but it's so hard to articulate how weird your world becomes when you become like an influencer. Right? And I'm not like a huge influencer, but I have like, even now, when like some kind of a situation happens where something will happen, we have very different reactions, and it can be very stressful on somebody. Like, it can be very straining on a relationship. So, for instance, let's actually use this as a great example. You remember like, a while ago I said that if she's old enough to bleed, she's old enough to breed joke. Thank you very much, Andre Lopez, for the advice, right? Now, obviously, joke was a little inappropriate, but that joke was meant to call out Andre Lopez for allegedly sleeping with a 14-year-old at 23, right? When I got backlash, it stressed me out and frustrated me a lot. And my wife was like, who cares? Right? Now, obviously, I care because it feels like the world's collapsing in on you. But then on the other hand, when you ground it in a real world perspective, it's like, what's really happening? Like, who really cares? It'll just blow over. And a lot of times what ends up happening is when somebody gets canceled, and I say this all the time, it's their reaction to the cancellation that's, I think, in a lot of instances, more impactful than the actual event itself that happens. And so when you're constantly having these different situations that are like a little bit different here, or these different situations with different interpretations of like a real grounded person versus an online entity that's been kind of has their perspective changed a little bit here and there in different ways and has a different outlook on things, it can get very stressful on how to deal with stuff. Because like things that don't matter might matter to somebody who's a content creator sometimes, or that thing might matter, and the person that you're with that isn't a content creator might just not get it. So I think that was a pretty interesting perspective that my wife brought up. But it's always good, I think, as a content creator, to be grounded by dating somebody who's not a content creator. That's what it, because that's what happens. You generate terminally online syndrome. Terminally online behavior, TOBS. That's the official terminally online behavior. And sometimes even I develop it as well.
TZ
Right?
Menace tipped $1. Just got dumped again, Papa, let's go.
That's terrible, brother. Anyway, let's read the quick TMZ article on it. TikTok star Bella Poarch, surprise, I'm a wife who's getting divorced. Oh my goodness. Listen, I think that, by the way, she's rich as fuck, I'm pretty sure. Oh, hit my elbow. She should have to pay this guy alimony. Well, depending on how long they've been together, I guess. I don't really know the specific laws on alimony. You know what I mean? Like, I understand, like, people have been together for, like, 10 years. I get that. I don't know. They've only been together for, like, 3 or 4 years. But still, you know, maybe temporary spousal support. You know what I mean? Especially if she blew up with him. I wonder how much of an impact he had on her career. Because my wife had a tremendously positive impact on my career. So, like, you know, I owe a lot to my wife and her helping me out. So I wonder how much of that is the case for her. Although I do a lot of like in-depth commentary content, and I think that Bella Poarch just goes and basically, so I can't do what Bella Poarch does because I have tics, and if I start doing them, my tics are going fucking ballistic. I can't twinkle my nose without having to touch my toes. You know what I'm saying? It's the OCD in me. You know what I mean? Anyway, TikTok star Bella Poarch's entire life seems to be on display to her 92 million followers. Yet the fact she's married is her best kept secret until now. Sounds like an Amaranth situation. Anyway, because she's filing for divorce. According to legal documents obtained by DMZ, Denary Poarch? What the fuck kind of name is that? Whatever. AKA Bella filed docs in Los Angeles County to end her nearly 4-year marriage to Tyler Poarch. Wait, it was his last name? What's her maiden name? What? That's crazy. Is this him? Is this the husband? Is this really him? I thought he was black. Only because in that TikTok we watched he was black. Or maybe she's fucking around with somebody else. Right? Who's the black guy? I don't know. All right, whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, the TikTok star notes the standard Dude, come on. Listen, I just having one of those days.
Irreconcilable.
Fuck!
Irreconcilable.
Irreconcilable. The differences. That's the reason she's calling it quits. What's interesting is there are no photos or videos of the couple on Bella's TikTok or Instagram pages, and there doesn't seem to be any pics of her wearing a wedding ring. That's really interesting. You know, I wonder if there's an impact of that, because here's the thing. On the one hand, I could see why you'd want to play to the parasocial relationship from a financial perspective, although I think that that's kind of like shitty to do. But I could see why you'd want to do it from a financial perspective. But cosplaying as a non-married woman, I imagine, makes you feel like you're not a married woman. I know how to say irreconcilable. I don't know if I do. I used to know how to say it. I just lost my ability to say it. This is why we have the internet. So I wonder if her cosplaying as a non-married person like made her less in tune with her marriage. Anyway, the divorce document says that she and Tyler tied the knot back in January 2019, and if social media is any indicator, she seemed to be in good spirits 2 days before getting hitched, posting a mirror flick on her Instagram. Where's her engagement ring? That's her left hand. This is the picture 2 days before their marriage. Wouldn't she have an engagement ring? Because apparently this is the picture 2 days before getting hitched. Why did she not even have it then? Something's a little sussy. I'm thinking Bella Poarch might just be for the streets, honestly. Because even 2 days before their marriage, she's not wearing her fucking wedding ring or whatever, or engagement ring. I don't know. It is possible she had posted Tyler shots, and has been scrubbing him off her page. If that's the case, she did a great job. There's no trace of her soon-to-be ex. The couple didn't have any children together, and she doesn't want either of them to pay spousal support. I feel like he should get spousal support, at least for a little while. Men's rights, am I right, guys? Oh my goodness.
You dumb.
What is this cosplay? Is this World of Warcraft? Is that Whitemane from World of Warcraft? All right. She doesn't really do it for me, personally. Bella posted on her TikTok back in April 2020. She rose to stardom after creating the most liked video ever on the app. And don't worry, fans, according to the docs, she's not planning on ditching Tyler's last name. It's still B to the P. Wow. What is fuck? Oh, it's Aaron Carter. Yeah. Rest in peace, Aaron Carter. I'm sorry that your shout out came after a Bella Poarch video. Yeah. Okay. Good luck. I don't care. Crazy. Oh, it was Wonder Woman or an anime. Who cares? It looks like White Mean. Right? It's kind of like White Mean. Sally White Mean. Show me the booba. You know what I'm saying?
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.